New construction home buying process. Wow, what a loaded topic that I can't wait to talk with you about today. Well, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt Light and I'm a realtor here in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. If this is your first time here, you should really consider subscribing because I make videos about relocating to Sarasota and Sarasota real estate. And today's video is super relevant because I'm gonna go into the whole new construction process, how builders set prices, when's the best time to buy a house when a neighborhood's being built, and what's something that the builders probably aren't telling you. The process. Let's start with the process. The process is similar to how you would normally buy a resale home. You have a contract, you place an earnest money deposit, which gets applied towards your down payment. You apply for a loan, and then you go to closing and you get your keys. Well, new construction varies in that most builders want 10 to 20% of a deposit up front. Now, obviously, this would depend on how much you're putting down, and it's also negotiable. It's also negotiable. Like a resale home, this is a non-refundable deposit unless there's a finance contingency, or say you're selling your house up north and you need a home to close contingency. We can kind of put those in there as well. So at the time of contract, you will have to select all of your structural options. Examples of these would be patio extensions, roof extensions, some of the room size adjustments, essentially all the things that would need to go through permitting. And after you have the executed contract, then you're gonna go to the builder's design center and select all of your interior options, such as kitchen cabinets, your flooring, your paint color, trust me, a lot more. And after you finish this, well, your home is well underway. And building right now can take anywhere from 6 months to 1 year for completion. And when your home is pretty much completed, you'll have a final walkthrough, and then you're gonna create what they call a punch list. A punch list are items that need to be completed prior to closing, mainly a ton of touch-up paint. And at this point, I always advise buyers to hire a licensed home inspector to go through everything, to go through the roof, the plumbing, electrical, just to make sure that there's nothing standing out that would need to be repaired prior to you owning that property prior to closing. My wife and I, we recently purchased a new construction home, and our inspector that we hired noticed some vents on our roof that just needed to be resealed. Now, I don't know about you, but I never would have found that. I wouldn't have even known what I was looking for. Super easy fix, but again, it was well worth our money in hiring a licensed home inspector to find it. Now, after this, you pretty much go to the closing table and get your keys, HOA information, along with multiple copies of your survey and your deeds, and that's where the builder, they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna explain how to get the water, the electric, the gas, all placed into your name. How do builders set their price? Well, first let me explain the 3 elements that go into the final price. You have to pay for the lot, the home site, then you have the base price of the house, and then any upgrades that you have inside or outside of the home, such as upgraded kitchen cabinets, an outdoor pool, etc., etc. And now there are 2 ways that builders price their homes. The first way is they have a lower base price, but they don't offer very many incentives at the design center. So for example, the base price of a home could be $350,000, and then their incentive would be, okay, if you spend $80,000 at the design center, then we'll give you $10,000 or $20,000 for free. So it's not a crazy incentive, it's a little bit, and you'll see these incentives, they change all the time. The second way a builder does their pricing is they have a somewhat higher base price, but they'll offer heavier incentives at the design center. For example, let's say you have a base price of $400,000, but then they're gonna give you $50,000 for free at the design center. You don't have to spend anything. I've even seen builders offer a free pool as one of their incentives. So when is the best time to buy a home when a neighborhood is being built? Well, in a nutshell, here's how price increases work. Builders tend to start low with their pricing to get people into the community. Again, they might not even have amenities finished yet, so they're gonna start those low to start getting people in and getting traffic in. And then it depends on the builder, but let's say every 20 sales or so, they're gonna go ahead and increase that base price anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. So if you purchase at the very beginning of a community, you have a good chance of getting a great price, but you may not have the amenities for a year or two, and you have to deal with all the construction dust for a few years later. The other time to find a really good deal is probably the last 3, 4, 5 homes that they're trying to sell in a community. They're just trying to get done and get out. At this point, the developer has pretty much finished everything, and they want to move their sales reps to a future community. So what they do is a lot of times they'll drop their base price of these last few homes just to get rid of them and move on. Finally, I want to tell you about some things that the builder might not be telling you as a buyer and how you can protect yourselves from it. Builders will post a certain price online that all buyers see if you're on Zillow or all these different websites. However, that might not be the real price of that home. It's not that a builder is trying to be dishonest, but you have to understand that most of these builders, most of them are corporations. So if a manager decided to lower a price and then that message never got over to the department that changes them online, it's not going to reflect it. However, builders, they're really smart. They send realtors like myself usually weekly emails with pricing adjustments and what their new incentives are going to be that they're offering. See, builders, they understand that realtors, that we work with hundreds of buyers, so they're very smart in soliciting us realtors with all their programs to entice buyers. So how do you protect yourself from this? The best way to protect yourself and to ensure that you are getting the absolute best price in your new home is to use a realtor. And again, using a realtor is 100% free to you. It doesn't cost you a dime. So if you're looking at relocating to Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Venice, and you're not currently working with a realtor, I'd love nothing more than if you would just reach out to me. You can reach out to me via a phone call, a text message, an email. Ask me anything that you'd like, and I'll give you my honest opinion. Thank you so much for watching today, and we'll see you next time.